And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Overwatch Invitational 3. My name is Williams IV, and this is my favorite time of year. We have done 3 of these tournaments. We have gone all year long, and we're now down to what is I think if I'm right, Jack, the largest tournament we've ever done. Right, the largest tournament ever for the Invitational. We've come a long way. We've got contenders teams. We've got Captain Jack. We got Ocean from the EU side or whatever. I know that he's been waiting for this for a long time, and there's a lot to cover in the next like hour or so. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to the Overwatch community for supporting us all this way, and I hope that now that we can get started, we can kind of like get the ball rolling. We can literally the ping pong balls are ready and set, ready to go. I know Ocean's been looking forward as well. We've got a lot to cover. But Jack, I mean, why don't you get started? Like, tell us all about what we're going to experience in the next a little bit here.
I can definitely do that, Will. So the draw show is something that I believe was started all the way back with the conception of the Invitational, and the whole goal around it is to just kind of randomize the order that the teams come in, but also to kind of make it seem like a draft, so to speak. So it gets people kind of interacting with our channel, letting you all know kind of where you're going to be seeing the action that's going to be taking place over the next 2 weekends. Over 40 hours of live Overwatch coverage is going to be happening either here on the Will English channel or a variety of other streams that we'll be shouting out depending on the region that we are doing stuff in. Yeah. And so today is going to be starting off with the European region for seeding. Now, you'll find it a little bit interesting as you go ahead and look at the setup here, because you'll count it out and you'll be like, why is there one group of 9 and one group of 10, Captain Jack? And it's because there are only 19 teams. So we tried to balance things. Exactly. We tried to balance things out as best as we could. We felt that the double elimination format was still the best way to go. So we're going to be drawing the ping pong balls in a snake order. So we'll be going for first ball will go to Group A, then 2 to Group B, then 2 to Group A, and so on and so forth. And we'll take breaks every now and again to kind of sit down and discuss the teams and kind of where they're being seeded. And speaking of teams, Ocean, why don't you go ahead and kind of run through that list real quick and kind of give us your thoughts on the talent that we've got coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we should start with some of the top talent in the group series. We've got some pretty strong teams. Let's talk about the new 5D roster, of course, for Fifth Dimension. That we've seen in the Invitational before, getting third place in the last EU Invitational, almost beating their compatriots, Fourth Dimension. But they've got a little bit of a newer roster. They're going to be exciting to watch. Mind Goblin, who were recently in Contenders Trials, they're going to be here at the group stages. Granite Gaming as well is another roster that people were quite kind of hyped about going into the most recent Open Division. So those 3 are probably the coolest teams in group stages. Okay. But I think there's a couple more that I want to talk about. I want to highlight that Frog, which is a majority French roster. Got a surprising result last OD. I'm excited to see what they do. The last one I want to highlight, let's go with OT Pog. They've previously been in Contenders Gauntlet last year. They've been Contenders Sport, I'm not sure. They've been at least in Trials. Another sort of one-trick team. We'll see if they could do anything this time around.
Well, I mean, if O1 Esports is of any note, then one tricking to be really good at the game is definitely a staple at this level of play at this point. But yeah, we've got a lot of amazing teams coming in. The others that we haven't mentioned, we've got Too Easy Crit Farmers, Ad Friend, Altera, Azerbaijankar, Apes with Keyboards, which is a modification of the Regen roster. The whole team wasn't available to play, so it's some members from Regen and then a couple others thrown in to kind of contend with the chaos, so to speak. We've got Beaumont Cohort. It's a completely Icelandic roster coming into the competition. Crimson Ruby, Kaseki no Sadai, Lootbox,
Yeah.
Meteor Gaming, Munich Esports, also a previous Invitational participant in the first EU Invitational. Prisma Midnight, Team F30, Useless, and We Like Koalas. So
Now,
we have got a crap ton of talent coming into this competition. Well,
yeah, and I just want to throw out here that like we buried the lead a little bit here, so let me just reset the table just for a second. The last
okay.
time we did this, like Oceancast is here primarily because we tried to do the EU Invitational, and thankfully to Nate's from Shoes Money Crew, this was born out of it. We wanted to do something bigger, and so we went from 8 teams, and Shoes Money Crew was an obvious favorite, to now we have 19 teams we're going to be drawing, plus the 3 contenders teams as you mentioned that are going to be in the top of the bracket here, which we're going to be drawing later. And so this is amazing considering where we started and where we are now. And yeah, and so like some of the teams and players I recognize, the Fox and a couple other people from 5D are involved in this time around. I was hoping to see those crazy people come into play. Useless, ironically enough, I casted in open division myself, and I'm very familiar with their pedigree is how late they got into the bracket for this. So that's gonna be interesting. I know they pulled Altiora Sequoia to map 5M, or actually no, I think Sequoia. Well, anyway, I'm not going to recount history because I just realized that no, I probably shouldn't do that. But either way, no, this has been amazing. And on top of that, on top of everything else, right? Most of this was also put together by our partners at Challenger Mode, because they were able to kind of help us secure some nifty little prize pools for our tournament here. So this is amazing. This is just amazing. Just whatever. And I wish we could have done more. Like we tried our best, and we learned some lessons and whatever. But like the fact that we have this many teams in play is amazing for everyone here and involved. And so I hope you guys get to enjoy the show. But other than that, I mean, also the best part about the EU, I think, right now is that I don't think there's a strong favorite. I mean, we have a strong favorite on the North American side, but we don't know how this is going to pan out. Based on the competition we have here, I don't think there's a real clear favorite. Do you think? Or unless I'm wrong, Captain Jack.
I mean, if we're looking again at the contenders team, sorry, I was dealing. Apparently, I'm having some mic issues, which of course it's not the Invitational if we don't have some tech issues going on.
Yeah,
but have we introduced the contenders teams thus far?
I think we should leave it a surprise.
Okay. Well, knowing the contenders teams that are in the Invitational so first off, we didn't invite any of them. I'm just saying that to start off with. The only people that we initially invited were drifters because they participated in previous invitationals. Like they've always been part of it, as previously as initial drift, and then before that as attack mode. Like they're a staple. So they were one of those teams that just out of support for our community, we wanted to invite them back. But some of these other teams, they got a whiff of that. They were like, want that, get in on that. So looking at the ones that we have slotted, and based on what we're seeing in European contenders right now, I would say that I wouldn't say that there is a clear favorite, but it is definitely a neck and neck race right now based on the most recent performance of last night's events. So but like you said, Will, it could be anyone's game.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the most interesting bracket I think we've had to participate in, especially considering the history of the EU, just a short history of the EU Invitational, where it was basically a fight for second place, and I think Fourth Dimension and Fifth Dimension came together just to play against each other, play against Choose Money Crew, and they still lost. But they played though, they played, and so it was a clear favorite. But this time around, we get to see how it unfolds. And as you mentioned, so this time around, we would be daft to mention, as some may say, that we also have Project Gap involved. They're basically kind of our EU army, and Ocean is a representative from the organization as well, among the other things that he does, contenders and trials and everything else, right? So thank you, shout out to Project Gap, PKG. I hope Skyscraper's watching right now, because most of the content you'll see this weekend will be on their channel, and then we'll swing back over here for champs. But Jack, I don't think we should stall any further. I really don't. I'm itching to make my draws. And so, as you mentioned, You know, this is our tradition here at the Invitational. Is what makes our tournament special. Is that yeah, there is an element of luck involved in the sense that like you get to be drawn into different teams. And Ocean demanded this of me. He said, "No, we want to be part of the draw show next time." So I'm like, "Here you go. You wanted it, you got it." And so, as mentioned, we have an uneven amount of teams. So we have 19 teams. So there's going to be one group with more teams than the other. And you know, again, we're just going to sneak back and forth. We're trying to make this fair. So we don't have 4 groups this time. We only have 2, and so we're just going to go into each one. And again, it's a double elimination format, which means like again, you're not in round robin here. You just like literally your fate is in your hands if you can make it out of groups. And then we're going to be taking 4 teams from each group to move on to our champ stage, which we'll be playing against the aforementioned 3 contenders teams that we already have in the bracket. And you know, the last thing I'll say before I do any of this, listen, man. For all the other tier 2 teams out there, for all your big format tier 3 teams out there, like I said, this is it. This is how it's gonna go. Like I know people were kind of a little bit salty about the fact that tier 2 is playing it, but here's the drill. You have an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. You have some competition. Like there is something to play for here. So I wish you all the best and good luck, but you know it's up to the ping pong balls at this point to see who gets played and who's going to go. So like, should we get started, Captain Jack? Should we?
Let's go ahead.
All right. It's my favorite time of year. So what I would like to do is just introduce you to the ping pong balls, which are all here. They're numbered. You know, they're just ping pong balls off of Amazon here. So they're just going to be in the thing. And I'm just going to make an example draw. So I'm going to go through my hands. So you're looking at my camera. What I do is I'm going to pick a ping pong ball and I would just show it to the camera, which in this case would be B4. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a graphic that shows the teams in what position, so we know them. We have a master sheet here and kind of the order that and Captain Jack was going through. So I'm going to show you the number. There's a sheet that we have over here, and they'll be slotted into the correct group. And Captain Jack is going to keep me honest here, right? So we don't have to worry about dodging anything or whatever else. And also, like I said, the 19 teams we're drawing right now are from the pool of teams that are not in the contenders bracket. So we're not drawing any contenders teams yet. Those will be drawn separately afterwards. So if you see a number between 1 and 19, it is a team that gets to play here. So, ladies and gentlemen, the EU draw show starts now. Let's get our first draw out of the way. Now, as we mentioned, this team is going to go into Group A. It's going to go into Group A, and we're just going to keep on rolling. So here we go. The first number that I'm going to draw is going to be number 18, lucky number 18. And so what does that correspond to, Jack?
Joining Group A is Team Useless.
Ah, nice. Useless goes into Group A. So just like that, already one team down. And yeah, as you mentioned, a very strong team coming right up open division. I understand their pedigree and stuff like that, and I wish them the best of luck. They will not be useless after all, especially in the Invitational. So now the next 2 draws are both going to go into Group B. They're going to go into Group B. So we're going to, it's A, B, B. We're just keep snaking back and forth until we run out of teams. So this is the next draw. So we go into Group B. Here we go. Number 16, a lucky number 16. So which team is that, Jack?
Number 16 in Group B, Prisma Midnight will be joining the group.
All right. It's already heating up. So now we're two teams down, 17 to go. 8. Next number is number 19. I think I have a feeling what that team is.
Joining Group B is We Like Koalas.
Yeah. All right. Is We Like Koalas just a pickup team, or they amalgamation of somebody?
I am not 100% certain. I can look at.
They've got some good players. I don't know how long the team has been a project for, but I would assume relatively new. But the players have been around for a while.
Okay, cool. Well, I wish them the best of luck. I mean, if we like koalas, we love you too at the Invitational. Here's the next number. It is number 12. Number 12. And which team is that, Jack?
Oof. Number 12. Joining Group A is the Mind Goblin.
Oh boy, here we go. All right. Now we got some OD favorites here. So like just like that, we have 4 teams already in place. We've got Useless and Mind Goblin in Group A, Prisma Midnight, and We Like Koalas in Group B. You know, is this winnable for Mind Goblins? Is this winnable for them? Do you think?
I think it's completely possible. I mean, we've definitely already seen their performance, and although Useless is a mainstay, it's definitely not one that I've been used to hearing, at least in the EU region. What do you think, Ocean? You
I
have
think
more of a history with that region than I do.
I firmly expect Mind Goblin to at least get top 8 this tournament just because
Ooh,
of
okay.
recent form. I think they'll get out of this group, barring. I mean, we haven't seen the rest of the group yet. There could still be a crazy shift, and then maybe they have to play, let's say, 5D in Granite, and then somehow they're out. That could happen. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's completely possible.
All right. Well, like I said, 4 down and 15 to go. So here we go. Here comes the next number. It's going to be number 11. Number 11. So who's that, Jack?
Joining Group A is Meteor Gaming.
Ooh, now that's going to be interesting. That is interesting. Meteor Gaming going up against Mind Goblin and Useless. All right. Let's get into our next draw here. So this is going to go into group. So you're going to keep me honest, Jack, right? This is going into Group B?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
All
right.
The next number is lucky number 7. Lucky number 7.
Oof.
I hope you're getting hoppy because joining Group B is Frog.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. All right. Next number is going to be number 2. So that's going to be one of our early setups.
That is true. Well, I am feeling rather friendly right now because Add Friend has joined Group B.
All right. So now we are 5. We're 8 teams in, 11 to go, and now this is going to go back over to Group A, right? Keep me honest.
Yep. No,
right.
this should be our 8th team, I believe.
Right. So joining them will be number 1. Oh my goodness.
All right.
2 and 1.
Joining Group A is absolutely the 2 easy crit farmers.
All right, I love it. So we have 8 teams in now, right? So Useless and Mind Goblin. Those are teams I'm familiar with. We've got Prison Midnight and We Like Koalas on the other side. We like again. I'm not familiar with most of these teams here. So like, is there any other standouts here right before we go for the other half? We're already halfway done. I feel.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I can talk about Group A because I think that's going to be interesting. Because Mind Goblin, I think realistically, just looking already, they're probably going to go through. I don't really think the chances are very high that we see too many teams that can challenge them going to Group A. But Useless, Meteor Gaming, 2 easy crit farmers, they're not exactly the top 24 OD material, at least. I think they're maybe a little bit below that. So it's a chance, really. You know, it's probably the easier group so far. It's a chance for those teams who are a little bit lower pedigree or maybe scrape through this group and get into the championship bracket. I think that's what we're looking at currently in A. And B, I like the look of B so far. We like Koalas and Frog. I want to see that match in particular. I think Frog are kind of underrated. They had a really good OD season last time around. Surprised me a lot. They've got some good players. Avori is a good player. And then we like Koalas have Demi, who's a really, really... he's a main tank with a lot of personality, let's say that. And that's going to help them a lot, I think. So I think those 2 teams are pretty evenly matched. And Add Friend have got some okay wins in Open Division previously. So B is probably the tighter group so far. A is probably the group you want to get into.
You want it? Okay. Because I was gonna say is there's some teams there still left, right? We still have like Granite Gaming and a couple other we still have 5D that's still out there, out there in the mix, right? So you're saying to me, Ocean, that like neither one of these groups is kind of the group of death except for like B right now, right? You think
B's harder right now.
Okay.
I think you want to be in Group A. I think for Group A, the teams in Group A currently, there's a little chance for them to prove a point and maybe get into a bigger event than they would be used to.
I see. All right. Well, the ping pong bongs will speak again. I mean, again, we have some killers still left in this bracket here. All right, 8 teams down, 11 to go, and here comes the next team. So you keep me honest, Jack, right? So this is going
back to Group A still.
Let's go to Group A here. All right, cool. So the next team going to be joining Group A will be team number 6. And who is that, Jack?
Team number 6 is Crimson Ruby joining Group A.
Nice. All right, moving on. We're gonna keep going here. We have our next team is team number 5. Team number 5. That's gonna
All
be
right. Well, things are going to be getting a little chilly as the Icelandic team of Beaumont cohort joins Group B.
wow.
That team has Hathiko on it. That's going to be interesting. Group B.
Nice.
It's going to be exciting. Hathiko, of course, I believe ex-British Hurricane player, has been, was a staple in EU contenders for a while, and I think played on some NI teams as well. So yeah, this Group B is probably the one you want to avoid right now. I'm still not too impressed with Group A.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I hope you're ready for this because the next number is going to be team number 4. Team number 4. And who's that, Jack?
All right. Well, that is going to be a little bananas because that is going to be Apes with Keyboards
All
joining
right.
Group B.
All right.
So-
Let's keep rolling. We're gonna get one more team in, and I want to hear some more thoughts. That's gonna go back into Group A. That's gonna be team number 14. Team number 14, and who's that?
It's almost like it was easily predicted. We will see Fifth Dimension joining Group A.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's a dodge. No, that's not a dodge. Actually, that is an open division reunion party going on right here for Ryan Goblin and 5 Dimension. Oh my god! All right.
Oh goodness.
So I already know one team is going to make it out of A. I can almost guarantee you that 5.
Well, we know one of the 4 anyway. Yeah, there is definitely a battle going on in chat right now. Oh man. It has just been all over the place in the Discord chat. You know, we got Vision, Reggie, Jeru, Lippy getting in there.
Oh my god. Some top 5 betrayals in anime here? Wait a minute. Listen, this is not me. I'm not reading this. You see my face. This is ping pong balls, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we do the draw show. You don't want me to pick these teams. I don't want that responsibility. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down hard. I can tell you right now, I'm happy about this. This is justice. This is justice. Group A is justice right here. 5D is gonna. Okay, all right, guys. It is all or nothing here. All right, let's get our next set of teams here. So again, who's still left? Right, who's still left that's out? Granite Gaming is still out.
So we have Altera, Azerbaijan Car. We have Granite Gaming. We have Kaseki no Sadai, Lootbox, Munich Esports,
Ooh, that's
OT
right.
Pog, and Team F30.
Okay. All right. So let's get the next 4 in. It's gonna get tight. It is getting tight, ladies and gentlemen. It's tight. All right. I love it though. The chat. Once we picked 5D, like the chat erupted. It was just like, no. I love it. Let's see what else they're gonna scream for. So the next team we're gonna get picked out here is team number 9. It is team number 9. And what is that, Jack?
Kaseki no Sadai.
The
joins
Generation
Group
of
A.
Miracles. Generation of Miracles is what that translates to. Kiseki no Sidai. Okay, all right. We're gonna keep drawing here. Our next team is gonna be going into Group B, right? Is that
Yeah.
all right? Group B. Next team is gonna be team number 17. Team number 17, and who is that, Jack?
That is Team F30 joining Group B.
All right. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and draw the last 5 because, like, I could ask for some support, but, like, it doesn't make sense to draw. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to draw 2 more teams. We're going to draw 2 more teams, and then we'll see who's left because then one team's going to go in A, and then the last 2 are going to go in the B. So, So it's actually yeah, because that will end.
Yep.
So it's a little bit drama. So like these are the last 3 draws for the EU Invitational that are going to go here because we'll know what the last team was going to be. All right, cool. So the next team going to be going into Group B is going to be team number 13, lucky number 13, and who is that?
That is going to be Munich Esports.
All right. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a dodge. That is a dodge. Munich Esports.
I don't know. They are facing off against a pseudo regen roster, so I don't know if that's a complete dodge there.
I'm gonna be honest, right? That Group B, we kind of got all like the teams that they might have a chance to get through. Maybe I'll expect some of them. We got all like the mid to top tier teams in Group B. We got the top tier teams in Group A with like some of the kind of worst ones. You know what I mean? Like they're not as good as some of the teams in Group B. So like if you kind of rank, we've got 1 and 2 in A, then more of the lower teams, and then we got all the mid to top tier teams in B right now. Group B is gonna be tough to get out of. A can be really interesting. If we get Granite in Group A and Granite has to play either New 5D or Mind Goblin, then one of the top teams could be in trouble. But I don't really think that'll happen. I think the top teams will get out of the Group A, and Group B, whoever gets out of Group B will have fought hard for it, right? And then we're going to have a great championship weekend. So it's setting up quite kind of well.
So, Ocean, you do realize that caster curses work on draw shows, right?
What if I'm trying to curse it? What if I'm trying to curse?
Oh, boy.
Maybe I don't want my if I didn't get out of A.
Oh,
I'm joking. I do want them to play, because if they play, that group's going to be so much more interesting, right? Isn't it? Because if they play and one goes to losers bracket, and then say Granite's also in that group, and say Granite and 5D play in losers bracket somehow, then one of those teams doesn't make.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and do our final 4 then.
All right, so this is literally going to be the last. Well, actually, this is the last 2 draws. These are the last 2 draws. So the last 2 teams that go into A will know who's going into B. It doesn't matter.
Give me Granite. I want Granite and A.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
This is going to set up the rest of the tournament. So here we go. One of 4 teams remaining. Granite is still in the draw. Here we go. All right. I got it in my hands. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Team number 15.
OT Pog, damn.
OT Pog joins
If we get
Group
Granite
A.
here, this could get kind of twisty.
Okay. All right. And the final draw. Ladies
Come on,
and gentlemen.
number 8.
Give
Give us the juice. Give us number 8, Will. Come on.
You're looking for number 8. Captain Jack, what team are you looking for?
Honestly, it could be any of them for me. I mean, remaining other than Granite is Lootbox and Altair Azerbaijankar. So.
Okay, I'll be Altera team. All right. The last draw is in my hands because we will know the last team's going into B. So you better pray. Captain Jack wants Altera. Ocean wants Granite.
Granite.
Come on. Give me the juicy group. Let me have my broadcast talent get some juicy narratives. Come on.
Okay.
Give me number 8.
All right, Ocean. Okay. I'm gonna play deal no deal with you. Okay. You can either take what's in my hand, or I drop it into the bowl and redraw. I will offer this to you as the one-time favor to you.
That is not fair, Will.
Is deal or no deal? Do you take the deal, knowing what the 2 that are left?
Okay,
or
can you give me a close-up on Will's face, and we can see, so I can look at him, so I can try and read his reaction.
Oh goodness.
Deal or no deal?
There we go. Beautiful.
I can't see the numbers. I don't know the other 2 numbers in the bowl.
Yep. All
you believe this is number 8?
Let's see.
All right.
Give it to us, Will.
All right. The last team that is going into Group A is going to be team number 8.
All right.
He got it. got it. He's trying.
Baited.
He got it.
Completing Group A is Granite Gaming Overwatch.
Oh my god. He got it. He got it. I offered it to him.
All right. Okay, so now we know it's Altair, Azerbaijan Car, and Loot Box, but this is for seeding in Group B, Will. So what is the next number?
Oh, well, okay. That's right. That's right. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we got to keep going for seeding. Like, we know who they are, but who
goes
gets
first.
to face who is
This
what it
team number
comes down
10.
to. All right, so Loot Box will then
And
be
then-
receiving the 9th seed.
And then the
with
final team number 3.
Altair, Azerbaijan Car wraps it up. Let me see. We're gonna sort our list just so that we can see it on our end.
Wow. So while Jack is doing that, let's talk about the groups. So Group A, we have Useless, Mind Goblin, Meteor Gaming, 2EZ Crit Farmers, Crimson Ruby, New 5B, Kiseki no Sedai, OT Pog, and Granite Gaming Overwatch. And now in Group B, we have Prism Midnights, We Like Koalas, Frog. Period, whatever. Sorry, Ad Friend, Bowman Cohort, Apes with Keyboards, which I'm guessing is the regen team, Team F30,
Yep.
Munich Esports, returning favorite to the Invitational, and Loot Box, and finally Altera, Azerbaijan. I'm gonna like
Azerbaijan Car.
So
We got you, Will.
Yeah.
Will's just so excited, folks. It's
I can't
all
believe
right.
all that
So
one, huh?
taking a look at how things are set up. So based on how the bracketing system works, it's a little wonky. So for the first match, it is just kind of like the play-in rounds of the round of 9 or round of 10. So in the round of 9, we will be seeing Granite Gaming versus OT Pog.
All right, is that the first
Eighth
game?
seed,
Is that
eighth
the
seed
first
versus
game?
9th seed. First game on A group.
And the loser of that gets eliminated, or is it
Well, the loser of that moves to the lower bracket. It is still double elimination.
Okay,
It's just a
okay.
little wonky as to how it works out.
That's not good, because realistically, Group A, if you look at the best 4 teams in that group, you've got OT Pog, New 5D, Mind Goblin, and Granite. Granite play OT Pog immediately. One of those teams is going immediately to the losers bracket.
Mhm.
Where are
Hey.
New 5D and Mind Goblin? Are they close to each other in the bracket?
Let's see. So Mind Goblin is A2 and New 5D is A6. So based on that, close but no cigar. So the next matchups, if we
could have
move
had a really
into
interesting group
Yep.
there.
So if we move into, if my mind serves me correctly, moving into what would be the winners quarterfinals, where the rest of the teams will be seated. The winner of Granite Gaming versus OT Pog will face off against Useless. Mind Goblin will face off against Kiseki no Sadai. New 5D versus Meteor Gaming. And 2EZ Crit Farmers versus Crimson Ruby.
Oh, do you know what? There could be a shock. One of those 4 teams that I mentioned, if they have to play each other in losers bracket somehow, or winners bracket, there could be one team that just goes out randomly, realistically. That's why I want to Granite in that group, because Granite play OT Pog first game.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a treat. I think Granite will win. But
Ooh.
having one of those teams
Wow.
in losers bracket immediately is scary.
Gotcha.
All
Well, let's
right.
take a look at Group B then and see what our first matches for that will be. So based on my understanding of how a round of 10 works, we should be seeing seeds 8 and 9 and seeds 7 and 10. So we'll be seeing Munich Esports versus Loot Box
Okay.
and Team F30 versus Altera Azerbaijan Car.
Alright, so then take me through the rest of the first round matchup. So if we go to winners quarterfinals. what
So
is in
the winner of Team F30 and Altair Azerbaijan Car will face off against We Like Koalas. The winner of Munich Esports versus Lootbox will face off against Prisma Midnight. And then you have Apes with Keyboards versus Frog, and
Ooh, I like
Bowmon
that
Cohort versus Add Friend. Now, I do want to note that we do understand that some teams have come to us ahead of time and have said that they might have some conflicts with particular days of the tournament. So note, if you are seeing this list right now, don't freak out. This is not the finalized list. We are going back after this is done to verify that everyone is available for the days that they are available. You know, our hope was that Lady Luck would just be on our side and we wouldn't have to reseed anyone. But if that's the case, you know, we at the Invitational understand real life happens and we want to give you your best shot at success while also keeping our competitive integrity as best as we can. So just note that if you gave me a date and you're like, no, wait, we can't play that date, it's okay. We will give the finalized list, the finalized bracket will be prepared later today once we've had a chance to go back and look. But based on what we're seeing right now, at least, until that is verified, what do you think about those matchups, Ocean?
Group B is going to be just a bunch of teams who are trying to prove a point in this tournament, right? They're trying to prove a point that they are like tier 3. Maybe some of the players want to prove a point that they might deserve a spot in a trials team, that sort of thing. That's what they're going to try to prove a point. Group B is probably... I mean, there's none of the big teams in Group B. But there are some teams that need to prove a point, and that's going to be scary because there's a lot of the ones that are going to try and prove a point. Frog, We Like Koalas, Munich. Group B is going to be interesting, but Group A could have some major stories just based on the 4 teams that are there. If they get stuck near each other, we could have a team eliminated that shouldn't be.
Ooh. That could not turn out well. Now note the top 4 of each group are moving on to the playoffs in the next weekend. So there's a lot of room to make that happen in a double elimination bracket. Obviously, you could take the easy route, just go straight through the winners. You know, our 2 winners finalists, boom, immediately moves on to the playoffs in 3 games easy. But if you take the long route, you know, if you're seed 8 or 9 or 7, 8, 9, and 10 in your various groups, and you know you win a match, but then you lose a match, and then you have to win 3 matches after that, it's gonna be a long day for you. But it is still possible. So, and I'm always around for the underdog story. So, although I would feel very sad for the team that has to go through that route, it is possible, and it's possible. Is doable,
and that's what this tournament is about, right? It's all about possibilities, right? Like we've seen some surprises, we've seen some upsets, we've seen some teams that we discounted and said, no, this is not a good team, and they've surprised us. You know, it's not destiny as some may say. I mean, heck, I mean, you could be playing against ISU. It could be worse, right?
Yeah. You could just be playing the contenders teams out the gate, I suppose. That would have been really bad. But you know, we appreciate you and the community that were able to essentially talk us off that ledge and be able to give you all at least a weekend to shine and show us what you got in the tier 3 2.5 scene. So honestly, I'm just really excited. I've been looking at the players on a lot of these lists, and although I'm not for certain how they may play together with players that I don't know, I know that their skill levels many times, at least in open division, can be unmatched. So I know I'm very intrigued to see how this is going. And Will, we still have a final draw to do, and we better do it quick because Contenders Europe is about to start.
Oh yeah, that's right. So for those who didn't know, we were trying to get this in before for contenders trials, or contenders, I should say. And I'm totally messing it up. So I got 3 ping pong balls left, and they represent the 3 contenders teams. Jack, do you want to talk about the 3 contenders teams that we have?
Yes. So note that some of these teams may not be necessarily contenders, like actively participating in contenders, but their rosters are indeed contenders ready, or at least at contenders level, and we anticipated that they would just kind of stomp through the group stage. So for the contenders teams being seated in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, we have African Typhoon, yeah, and Sheer Cold.
All right. So that's the order we're gonna pick, right? So
Well,
Sheer
no,
Cold's
we're going to
number 22.
draw, and then we're going to figure out what their actual order is. They're just
I
in
know.
alphabetical order now.
okay. All right. So
Let's rock and roll.
African Typhoon.
Who will be first?
All right. Is that supposed to be like a playoff of a British hurricane, effectively?
I don't think so. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
All
We
right.
should ask them.
I don't have the team's notes open. It might be in there, but I mean,
I mean
it
that's
would
what,
not
that's
be
what
a far stretch of the imagination.
All right.
Let's
So
put it that way.
I've rotated them around. Like there are two ping pong balls in my hand. I'm gonna use my right hand first, left hand, and then the one that's on the table that you can't see is the third one, and I can't see the number, so I don't know what it is. So the first team
Very well.
seated in the quarterfinals is going to be team number 3, which I believe was Sheer Cold
That is correct.
by alphabetical order. So then what that means is what's in my other hand. All right. Ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Team number 1, so that's going to be African Typhoon, which means that the last ball on the table is
Yeah.
So
Goodness.
so that is your seating for quarterfinals, and that means whoever gets so does our theoretical 14 get a bye or in that round, or
Yeah, so initially when we were designing all of this, there were 4 contenders teams per region. Unfortunately, we did have some folks that had to drop out at the last minute, and instead of trying to decide, you know, which team essentially was deserving of being promoted, we figured that instead we just give them a break instead. So the odds are ever in your favor as to how things will turn out. To quickly go through how the playoffs will work next week, we are in essentially a round of 12 situation with one team just being a bye now. So the 8 teams that will be emerging from the group stage, 4 from Group A and 4 from Group B, will end up facing each other in a mirrored fashion. So Seed 1 of Group A faces off against Seed 4 of Group B. Seed 2 of Group A faces Seed 3 of Group B, and so on and so forth. And the winner of those 4 matches will then be chosen in contenders fashion that order. So Sheer Cold will get first pick from the 4 teams that come out, then African Typhoon, then Yeah, and then if you are lucky to have survived going through all 3 of those, you will get to just sit back and enjoy not having to fight in the quarterfinals.
all right. Well, you heard it from Captain Jack, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, I just want to let you all know that if you have any hate mail, send it to OceanCast and to Captain Jack on Twitter, because those two are, no, but I'm sorry, we have mod mail set up on Discord.
So mod mail, just send it to mod mail. We'll take care of it.
So I've tried to save some teams some grief. I've tried to set it up a little bit easier for the teams, but Captain Jack has told me no. This is how it's going to go down. And so you could blame me, whatever. But you had a month for signups. You've had plenty of time to practice. You've had open division. You've had contenders trials. So this is it, man. This is it is what it is. We can't make any more changes now. The amount of changes we have made in the past 72 hours, I'm like, no, guys, gotta do this now. So, it looks like contenders trials just got started. So we're set up time. Any final thoughts, on anything, Captain Jack?
I mean, I'm just excited, and we are not done today, folks. We are going to be doing the North American draw later today. So, which has kind of some special stipulations that we've kind of put in place to kind of reward those teams who have kind of been here since the beginning of the Invitational. So, it's going to be a little bit more intriguing. So we hope that you tune in later on today. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we'll be doing that one, which surprisingly, I'm going to be honest, we actually didn't plan for this to go off before Contenders, but perfectly, both of them are an hour before Contenders starts. And I don't know how that happened by accident, but nevertheless, it is absolutely perfect. So you can go from watching the draw show and seeing that wonderful Overwatch action over at the Contenders channel that you absolutely love. Ocean, any final thoughts on the lineup, the teams, and just maybe your expectations overall for the EU side of this tournament?
I hope that one of the weaker teams gets out of Group A. Just for narrative purposes.
Oh my gosh.
They see one of the giants fall. Look, right, I've been working on my narrative all year. I'm just going to be brutally honest. I hope it happens. It means I can help some of our other casters doing groups with narratives. And yeah, it also means I get to have a juicy one when I cast quarterfinals next week.
So Ocean is twiddling his evil villain mustache in hopes that somebody that probably shouldn't have gotten through will get through just for comedic purposes. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all that we have got. Like I said, the brackets will be up shortly, within the next hour or so, once we've had a chance to go back and again verify that all teams are available for the days that they have stipulated and have been drawn for, and we'll make adjustments as necessary. Anything else you got, Will? And if not, take us on home.
Yeah, so just like I said, good luck to all the teams, all 22 teams of you in this weekend. No matter what happens, no matter which team Ocean is secretly wanting to make it through and knock out somebody else from Group A, we are making history here, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the largest EU tournaments ever been set up by us, and I'm so happy that we're able to do this for the EU. You're welcome. Let's make it happen. So enjoy yourselves. Good luck. And as Jack mentioned, the group stages will go on this weekend. The matches will start on Saturday, and it would be mostly on PKG. So it'll be on Project Gap's channel along with this one. We got some other surprises in store as well. But like I said, good luck to all the teams. And then if you make it through, we're also going to be on YouTube as well. youtube.com/WillEnglishIV. That's going to be a new thing we're going to be trying out. And like I said, good luck. And as you mentioned, if you're one of the 8 teams that makes it out of group stages this weekend, I'll be watching for you because we got champs next weekend. So good luck, and we hope you get a shot at that $2,000 prize pool against some very stiff competition. But thank you, good luck, welcome back to the Invitational, and we will see you at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the other side of our draw show, which is going to be for North America. See you guys later.